Hey everyone, Matt here from Currents. You might be wondering what are solar renewable energy certificates, otherwise known as SRECs. These are environmental commodities that represent the renewable attributes of solar energy. I know that sounds like a lot, but they're a pretty simple concept when you're looking at purchasing solar. So homes and businesses that are looking at owning solar, there's a lot of different reasons why you might want to go solar. One of the biggest reasons is actually getting to reduce your utility bill close to zero. This is through something called net metering, which is an additional benefit outside of SRECs, which we're going to talk about today. I just want to quickly tell you the other reasons why you might be looking at purchasing solar. You might be early in your journey looking at solar, probably getting quotes from installers in your area. But let me just highlight quickly what are the reasons to get solar. So first, there's net metering. So when you purchase solar, you then go to your utility and you get what's called the interconnection agreement signed by your utility. There's also something called net metering, where you agree with your utility that the excess energy you generate from your solar panels will go back to the grid. And so some utilities actually pay you a credit on your bill when they purchase energy from you. So at the end of the year, you might see a reduction in your utility bill, or you might see it every month. It really depends on your utility and where you live. In places like California, they're using a new system called Net Energy Metering 3.0. It's just the newest version, and they're not really paying as much as they used to be, which is why people are starting to buy home batteries more often. But in other places around the world, they're still using net metering one to one, where you get a reduction in your utility bill. Another reason to get solar is because you get 30% off through the Inflation Reduction Act, what's called an investment tax credit. So when you purchase solar, say for $30,000, you can actually get $10,000 back when you file your taxes for having purchased that solar. It's an amazing incentive. There's other things called RECs and SRECs. So renewable energy certificates are the renewable attributes of energy. And so anytime you generate energy that's clean, utilities actually are mandated by law to purchase credits from homes and businesses because they have to meet a certain renewable standard. It's called a RPS, or Renewable Portfolio Standard. A certain percentage of their energy generation has to come from something like wind, solar, hydropower. And so rather than them go take 10 years to build out big solar farms, they purchase the renewable attributes of homes and businesses. So basically, they just purchase the certificate from you, and that creates passive income for homes and businesses. So this is what a solar renewable energy certificate is. It's a certificate saying that you generated 1,000 kilowatts of energy, which gives you one credit, and you can sell that on an open market for a pretty good amount of money. And so that helps you reduce the payback of your system outside of things like net metering, outside of the tax credit. There's a couple other reasons you might want to go solar. One is it's an inflation hedge. So you purchase solar energy because your energy prices might be going up in your area over the next 5, 10, 15 years. We're starting to see this more often. And so purchasing solar sort of hedges you, and you pay less over time for energy. There's also just the fact that it's clean energy. So you're not, polluting, you're not putting fossil fuels into the atmosphere. And so clean energy is great for health reasons for everyone. But outside of that, there's also future proofing your home. So if you can generate more energy than you consume, then you can start to add additional pieces to your home. It might be a home battery due to blackouts. It might be having EV charging at home. It might be actually making money from the grid by sending excess energy to the grid for compensation. So those are other ways that it works. But how does an SREC actually work? Well, for every megawatt that you generate, you get one SREC. So a megawatt is 1,000 kilowatts. On average, the homes across the US, they might be able to generate 1 megawatt per month. So you might be getting one credit per month. It all depends on the size of your system. So how many kilowatts you have on your roof determine the amount of energy that you create, which determines the SRECs that you generate. There's also just registering these and tracking these in a central database. So my company Currents helps homes and businesses generate and sell these credits. We make it click button simple. We don't really have crazy high fees. And we teach you a little bit about energy and your energy data so that you can start to make passive income from these SRECs. there's also selling these to utilities. So we take away all the difficult aspects of this. You don't have to go and sell to utility because utilities aggregate thousands of these at once. And so we're considered an aggregator and a broker. And so rather than you going and trading your 1 to 10 certificates a year, you aggregate into 1,000 homes, and then we go and sell collectively those 1,000 homes of certificates, which is how utilities buy these. So this is a graphic which shows how the process works. Pretty simple. Your solar panels are generating electricity. You're earning an SREC for every megawatt. Then you can sell these on an open market. The prices fluctuate, but that's okay. We handle all that. And then you just essentially earn passive income right into your pocket. So you might be wondering, why do they exist? Well, again, the Renewable Portfolio Standard. These require utilities to produce renewable electricity, and they can't always do this on their own. So they purchase these certificates from energy producers like homes and businesses. And you have to own your solar panels to be able to do this. You can't have a power purchase agreement or a lease, because that would be going to your installer these credits. You need to be owning your panels to be generating these credits and making money from them. Here's some of the SREC states. Things are always changing with new laws, and there's a couple other states that have newer markets springing up. Some markets are dying off, but again, you don't need to worry about that. We show you sort of how these markets work. We have pages about each state that we're in, and we show you sort of the price per credit, as well as how the credits are issued, how long you can sell them for, how they're reported. All of that information is in here. And also here's another graphic of the renewable portfolio standards across the US. So some of these states don't have SREC markets, but they do have general renewable energy certificate markets. And so you might be able to sell your credits in those places as well. So benefits of SRECs is pretty simple. You make extra income. You can make passive income because your solar is just doing its job, and you're just going about your daily life making money from the credit sales. It's also a way to incentivize more distributed energy or solar energy, which is great for these energy transition that we're a part of. And then it helps you support clean energy. So we're meeting our goals towards renewable energy. Again, like I said, there's markets for this, and you can go on the getcurrents.com website to see what these markets are and how much you're going to be able to earn. We have some average annual earnings here that we like to show people if they're curious about how much they can earn per year. And again, prices fluctuate, so you don't need to worry about the supply and demand of this. We sort of handle this for you, but we're hoping to get you the best price because we're incentivized to do so. So that is what a solar renewable energy certificate is. If you have any questions, feel free to email me. And yeah, wish you the best of luck.